Oh.
fantastic women,
Yeah, I
three
do
fantastic
too.
And I'd say,
I forgot
let's
about
talk to Biden on a very
You know,
important
he
state of.
went- He went to Pennsylvania and did but it was better because he was even more, this sort of Joe, like, I mean, I thought he told me that.
Wednesday, I was pumping gas and I saw military helicopters circling out
There
there.
was, yeah.
And then I see a bunch of cops on motorcycles, and the biggest motorcycle I've ever seen. And some guy goes, what is that, the president? I'm like, vice president, but yeah.
Well, I was down, you know, because I live by the square, and I was down because this older woman, there was an Palestinian protest on the far, for me, the far side of the Capitol, so that must be the north side. Well, and she said, what is this because he likes
How are you? So much. Good. I'm sorry it took me so long to respond to you. Like I said, doors always open.
Oh, well, that's
And then she'd look at the time.
It's the seed of separation. They were really buried tonight.
sometimes it goes.
Yeah. Anyway.
We just still.
Started off. Well, it's the address, I guess, is Science Drive. Well, it's 150 for the first. Right, regardless. The longer you pay for, yeah. No, that's for the first month. Here, that's why you were recognized a few weeks ago, once we paid our dues.
So I would say right there is probably but I always love bringing other people up here because I require it's nice to there to be another person out employed there on that. So sometimes I don't get to see her,
Or in each other's way all the time. Or like it, especially in the kitchen, you always be in the throwaway. Yes, it's great. Both of them. Oh yeah. Well, we did the first.
Oh, and Saturday.
Space, so.
Sounds good.
that's my dad. So like, he was not a great like 16 years before that. He was a stroke on an operating.
Sometimes when they live services, there are a lot of, you know, you get a real variety. Jewish renewal.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Welcome to all of you in the sanctuary and those joining us in TV land. Is the monitor on?
The confidence monitor is not, but people can see us.
Okay.
We're live.
Terrific. We're here to create sacred space together to honor Shabbat. Andrew?
So to gather us in this space, we have a nigun of this season that was written especially for the month of Adar, in which we still find ourselves and will be finding ourselves for a little while longer. So if you know it, you can join right in. You become familiar with it as we go. You're welcome to hop in anytime.
I'm Bonnie Denmark Friedman. I'm a past president of the Board of Directors of Temple Bethel, and I want to welcome you all here. This is my Bima partner, Cantor Jacob Namey, and we will hear later from our Darshanit, Michelle Gustafson. And we're lucky enough to have the choir here.
And Ted. All right, good. So friends, I want to direct your attention. I mentioned that we're in the month of Adar, which also means that Purim is close at hand. I want to turn your attention in our prayer books to all the way on page 673. There is a midrash that when Mordecai heard the news about Haman's plot to destroy the Jews, and I did not mean to rhyme that just there, that was unintentional, that he was very, very distraught. The Megillah tells us that he actually went outside the gates of the city and put on sackcloth and ashes and was wailing very dramatically and refused to put on regular clothes when Esther tried to get him to, et cetera, et cetera. But there is a midrash that says that when he was in a state of distress, he came across 3 children who had just finished their lessons for that day, and he asked them what they had been studying. And one of them cited this verse that's at the bottom of page 673. Utsu etza v'tufar, hu davar v'lo yakum ki Immanuel. devise your scheme and hatch your plot. I'm not sure if I'm translating exactly as our prayer book does. It does not matter. It will not come to pass because God is with us. So you may know there's this folk melody. If you don't know it, we're going to learn it right now, and we're going to sing it again later too. If you do know it, you're ahead of everyone else. So repeat after me, friends. Utsu etzavet too far. Try that. Utsu etzavet too far. Next part. Dabru davar velo yakum. Return. Dabru davar velo yakum. Utsu etzavet too far. Dabru davar velo yakum. Try that. Utsu etzavet too far, dabru davar velo yakum. Ki Immanuel, just that. Ki Immanuel. Right, let's try from the beginning. Utsu etzavet too far, dabru davar velo yakum. Etzavet too far, your turn. Utsu etzavet too far. Dabru davar velo yakum. Try that. Dabru davar velo yakum. So this part. Utsu etzavet too far. Dabru davar velo yakum. Immanuel. Utsu etzavet too far. We'll meet that friend again later on.
I would like to invite my daughter, Jennifer Friedman, up to read a meditation and light the candles. And the candle blessing is found on page 120.
Who can look directly into the light? We can behold only a small portion, a fragment of the light. And when that one light is fragmented, the colors of the rainbow result. So let us give thanks for all the colors that are ours. All of them are part of the one light we are all bathed in, the one light that is the fountain of our life.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu le'adlik ner shel
We turn to page 142 for Shalom Aleichem. Please join us.
Ya lai 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 lai, ya lai 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 lai, ya lai lai lai, ya lai lai lai, ya lai lai lai, ya lai 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 lai, ya lai lai lai, ya lai lai. Shalom Aleichem, Alalei Hasharet, Alalei Elyon.
As we enter Kabbalat Shabbat, let's try to leave behind the issues of the week and bring our hearts to make room for Shabbat. We turn to page 138, and we'll do verses 1, 2, 5, and 9 of Ilchad Odi.
The way that we entered. Boi v'shalom atem ba'alam kam v'simcha u'v'sola tov emunei
Cantor and choir will now lead us in Tov Lahodot on page 140.
Mizmor shir liyom haShabbat. Tov lehodot Adonai, uzamer l'shima elyon. Tov lehodot Adonai, uzamer l'shima elyon. Ehagim Baboker Hasen
As we lead into Baruch Hu, we're going to start with the song Come, which is on page 3 of the handout. And then we'll go right into Baruch Hu from there, which is on page 146.
Actually, I think I gave them the Baruch Hu text on page 3 of the supplement too. That way you don't have to
You did, good.
switch right over right away. And at a certain point, I'll invite you all to rise, but you can stay seated for just a moment longer. The choir, you all.
Please turn to page, please. Let me see. Okay, sorry. Please turn to page 148, and I believe you may be seated, yes? Or are you going to stand? Stand.
If you need to sit at some point, you're welcome to, but our custom is to stand through Shema. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher yivaru ha'arim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher yivaru ha'arim. מעביר יום ומביא לילה, מבדיל בין יום ובין לילה, אדוני צבאות שמו. אל חי וקיים, תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה,
Please join me on page 150, and let's read together in the middle of the page. Everlasting love you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot,
laws and precepts.
Therefore, Adonai our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel.
ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים, ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל.
Shema follows on page 152.
שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד.
You may be seated for the Ve'ahavta, which is on page 154.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושינתם לבניך, ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובשמך, ובשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים אלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Please join me on page 157. I'll begin the reading and then the congregation can join in on the second paragraph. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot.
That wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land,
that the winding way to
that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there, except by joining hands, marching together. Yabai vai bimba, yabai vai bimba, yabai vai bimba, yabai vai bimba, Adar יפדה אדוני את יעקב, וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל ישראל.
As we turn to page 160 for Hashkivenu, we ask the divine to spread over us the shelter of your peace. 160.
We'll be starting, you'll notice that there's some indented text a little bit further down the paragraph there. We'll start there. Ushmor tzeitenu uvoeinu lechaim uleshalom me'ata ve'ad olam me'ata ve'ad olam me'ata ve'ad olam Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom Ve'amidenu shomreinu le'chayim Ve'rosaneinu t'ashomecha Ve'ata ve'ad olam Me'ata ve'ad olam, me'ata ve'ad olam. Ushmor tzeitenu uvoeinu, lechaim le'shalom. Me'ata ve'ad olam, me'ata ve'ad olam, me'ata ve'ad olam. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, ve'amitenu shomreinu le'chayim, uferos aleinu t'ashomecha, me'ata ve'ad olam, me'ata ve'ad olam, me'ata ve'ad olam. Shmor tzeitenu uvoeinu, lechaim uleshalom. Me'ata ve'ad olam, me'ata ve'ad olam, me'ata ve'ad olam. Me'ata ve'ad olam, me'ata ve'ad olam, me'ata ve'ad olam. Baruch atah Adonai, amoresucha shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim.
Cantor Naomi and the choir will now lead us in the Vishamru and the succeeding prayers from 162 to 170.
Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל Seshet Yamim Asa Adonai, Asa Adonai, Et HaShamayim ve'et ha'aretz, ve'shamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורות המרית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות המרית עולם, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות המרית עולם. Congregation may rise. We continue on page 164. Adonai sifatai tifach I apologize. Choir, we prepared a different melody for that, and I jumped over you. I don't want to jump over you. Let's see what we plan to do. Ya la 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 la, 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 ya la 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 la. Adonai sifatai tifach
Page.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu ve'imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor ve'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim ve'Konei Hakol V'Zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot U'Mevi Geula Livnei Bneihem Leman Shemo ve'Ahava Melech Ozer u'Moshiach u'Magen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Avraham Ezra Sarah Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai Mechayei hakol atah Rav le'Hoshia Mashich haruach u'morid hagashem Mechalkel chaim bechesed Mechayei hakol berachamim rabim סומך נופלים ברופאי עולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך מנית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני לחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
As we transition to silent prayer, this is a moment for the prayers of our hearts or the readings on pages 172 to 180. If it's your custom, remain standing and sit when you're ready.
As we have offered a prayer for peace for Israel, people of Israel, and also people who dwell all over the earth, we bring that circle now a little bit more closely inward to the people in our own lives and in our own hearts whom we know of, who are in need of shalom, of peace, of shlemut, of wholeness, and of healing. We have a rather lengthy internal healing list that people will offer us names of folks whom they are thinking of, and in our live streaming culture, we tend not to share those names on camera, but they know that we are thinking about them and praying on their behalf. There may be people in this room or joining us online who have people that you are thinking of, who are in need of healing and wholeness. I want to invite anybody who wants to share a name either out loud or in your heart or in a comment on the YouTube video, whichever resonates with you in this moment. Thank you.
Lynn Hirsch, Egg Cook. Page 371.
Page 3, yep. Middle of the page, out loud and in our hearts, we sing our strength to those in need of healing and wholeness.
It is my honor to ask up to the bima and introduce to you tonight's Darshanit, sermon giver, my friend Michelle Gustafson.
Thank you, Cantor. Thank you, Bonnie. That was just lovely. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Shabbat Shalom to everyone online as well. My name is Michelle Gustafson, and I am here to speak to you tonight about our weekly Torah portion, which is Vayachel. Vayachel opens at a crossroads. It's been a tough go for Moses and the Israelites. If you recall, the Israelites' creation of the golden calf has understandably caused all sorts of havoc. Moses is angry. He destroys the tablets of the Ten Commandments. God is angry, and he sends down a plague upon the Israelites and proclaims that they will wander the desert for a generation. Emotions are high. Vayachel is the portion where we ask, okay, now what? That is the question of reconciliation. How do people reconcile the fact that bad things happen and we are justified in our reactions? The reality is that we still have to try to live together to move forward through this life where sometimes people commit real transgressions. So what does happen next? Well, God announces to the Israelites that a tabernacle is to be built in order for God to be among them. The punishment of the desert remains, but now we also have an opportunity. God's presence is a gift and offers a chance for redemption. And after all the guilt the Hebrews have been feeling, after the punishment and pain, God is showing divine affection for Israel. Moses endeavors the people to help with the creation of the tabernacle. He says, "Take from among you gifts to the eternal. Everyone whose heart is so moved shall bring them." And the Israelites not only follow through, they provide so much wood and textiles and metals and the skills to fabricate it all that Moses has to say, "Stop, enough." It is the moment everyone hopes for when a people who have done wrong and endured mighty consequences are given the opportunity to try again and make things better. This story is especially present today as we struggle to bring together the incredibly complicated conflict between Gaza and Israel. Once again, we are at the crossroads of Vayachel. Israelis and Gazans, Jews and Palestinians across the world are so angry about what is transpiring. We are all justified in our desire for revenge in the face of atrocities. But every act of violence and unrelenting punishment still begets the ensuing question, now what? When God pronounced the creation of a place for worship so that the people who had so terribly wronged God and their own faith could feel the gift of divine love, the Israelites didn't walk away in apathy for their punishment. Instead, they responded with such greatness of gratitude that God proclaimed, "The people are bringing more than is needed for the tasks entailed in the work the Eternal has commanded to be done." How do we, in this world, find the will to do more than is even expected of us? The Torah includes many instances of punishment and retribution, but I believe that it does not teach anger or vengeance. It may seem naive, but I find myself looking for ways to build relationships rather than destroy them in the face of this hardship. Shortly after this war began, Rabbi Beth, who's in Israel right now, serving with his fellow Reform rabbis to support all those who are affected by this strife, wrote a prayer for our congregation. This prayer petitions God, and it says, "May we, with sanctity, undertake the tasks of bringing peace to your world, so that we may live out the blessings of peace that you intend." The blessings of peace, the gift of peace. In this world, we have a choice. We can get to reconciliation through anger and power, or we can reach it with the intention of kindness and humanity. There are pros and cons to each, so we have to decide what our goal is in the end. Using anger produces a lot of power for one side or the other. It is a level of oppression that may help create peace, but usually at the cost of someone's freedom, and certainly at the cost of cooperation and human kindness. Keeping humanity at the center, however, creates balance. It is a delicate balance. It is easily upended. But when actions of kindness remain the priority, it is much less likely that people will want to subvert it. Living through kindness is harder than living with anger. When we say, "Chazak, chazak, v'ni chazak," from strength to strength. May we be strengthened. May we be stronger for having practiced kindness and then receive the gifts of such strength and kind. Shabbat Shalom.
Indeed, we'll be saying that next week, actually, because we finish the book of Exodus next week. So, friends, I'm going to invite you all to turn to back into our prayer books, to page 379. We are entering a new month very soon. Sunday and Monday. Well, say a new month. Going from Adar 1 to Adar 2. New? I don't know.
Is this a leap year?
It is indeed in both the secular and the Jewish calendar. That is rather rare that they both happen at the same time. But where in the secular calendar we add an additional day, of course in the Jewish calendar we add a whole additional month. And so on page 379, I'll chant a little bit of this Hebrew prayer here. You might notice a tune of the season announcing what's coming up very soon in our calendar, and then we'll make that official pronouncement. Yehi ratzon milefanecha, Adonai Eloheinu, velo avotenu ve'imotenu, shetechadesh aleinu et hachodesh haba, litova ve'livracha, v'titen lanu chaim arukim, chaim shel shalom, chaim shel parnasa, chaim shetehevanu ahavat Torah ve'yirat shamayim, chaim sheyimal'u mishalot libeinu letova v'nomar amen. We can read together in the English as well. Our God, God of our ancestors, may the new month bring us goodness and blessing. May we have long life, peace, prosperity, a life exalted by love of Torah and reverence for the divine, a life in which the longings of our hearts are fulfilled for good. Rosh Chodesh Adar Sheni, Yeh b'yom Rishon, Uveyom Sheni haba.
The new month of Adar Bet will begin Sunday and Monday, March 10th and 11th.
May it be a blessing for all of us. Speaking of blessings, I believe it is time for Kiddush.
Yes.
All right. And so, friends, I will invite you all to turn all the way back. Page
123.
123, yes. And we'll offer a Kiddush together, sanctifying this Shabbat. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho, v'ahava u'ratzon hidmilanu, zikaron le'maaseh bereshit, kivu yom tefilah le'mikra'ei kodesh, zecher
Let us turn together to page 586 and rise if you wish for the Aleinu. Please be seated as we read together at the top of page 591 and then sing the Ne'emar together.
May we gain wisdom in our lives, overflowing like a river with understanding. Love each of us for the peace we bring to others. May our deeds exceed our speech, and may we never lift up our hand, but to conquer fear and doubt and despair. Rise up like the sun, O God, over all humanity. Cause light to go forth over all the lands between the seas, and light up the universe with the joy of wholeness, of freedom, and of peace. V'ne'emar, Adonai,
As we move into the Mourner's Kaddish, I would like to read for you one of my favorite poems, written by Hannah Senish, which appears on page 595. There are stars up above, so far away we only see their light, long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with people that we loved. Their memories keep shining, ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us. As we live our days, these are the ways we remember.
Call to mind in this moment those whom we know about who have passed away in recent days, where we are in a period of the Shloshim of the last 30 days since they passed, or honoring the yard site, the anniversary of passing that we honor on this Shabbat. If you hear the name of your loved one, you're welcome to stand as you hear the name of your loved one being recited, and you will then be joined by the rest of the community. Recently in our congregation, we are remembering Carolyn Kaufman, mother of Michelle Slaza, grandmother of Joshua, Jennifer, and Matthew Slaza. We're remembering Harold Keith Landers, father of Sherry Parker. We're remembering Blossom Siegel, mother of Sherwood Siegel. Stephen Gassman, brother of Roberta Gassman. Jerry Stewart, husband of Vicki Stewart, father of Lisa Bebenek and Tracy Kaplan, grandfather of Emily, Alex, Zoe, and Lily. And we're remembering Shirley Breslau, aunt of Marilyn Kupferberg. To their names we tie the names of all those whom we've known and loved, and especially those whose yahrzeit and whose anniversaries of passing fall on this Shabbat. These include Bruce Zvi Abramson, Leon Applebaum, Alan Berman, Sylvia Binstock Feingold, Max H. Feingold, Morris Feldman, Gary Friedman, Arthur Friedman, Stanley Friedman, Deborah Giesfeld, Melvin Gittleman, Herbert Leon Bronick, Flavia C. Heilprin, Morris Kahn, Ree Kalen Cole, Meyer Cohn, Frida Lubing, Kent Manis, Esther Alice Paler, Harold Bernhard Pollock, Joanne Roginski, Selma Ziegler Sachs, Aaron Scher, Edward Schindler, George Siegel, John E. Sinaiko, Abraham Steinpress, Elsie Wallach, and Shimon Weiss. There may be others present here in this room or joining us online who are also remembering a loved one. If you would like to share their name and add them to our list of memory, you're welcome to do so.
Rabbi Abram Vossen Goodman.
Understanding that there are those who no longer have anyone to rise and say Kaddish for them, and so that nobody in our community needs stand alone, we rise as a community. And on page 598, we'll join one another in reciting the mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, ve'alma di v'rach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon yomechon, u'v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'bizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mevarach le'alam u'almei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitha'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yithaleh v'yithalal shemei tekusha b'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushchata v'nechemata. Da'amiran ve'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav. U'yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru amen. Zichronam livracha, may their memories indeed be for a blessing, and we say together, amen. You may be seated, friends.
I have a few announcements, very few. Tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., Torah study will be led by Steve Crade. Next week for Shabbat, our rabbi will be back in town. And
I don't think he's back. I think he's back on Sunday.
Sunday?
Yes.
Okay.
Officially, I mean, unless something, the plan has changed, Sunday the 17th.
Okay. He posted on Facebook that he was due back for next Shabbat.
Okay. Well,
So-
maybe his plan has changed.
He'll be here maybe.
All right then.
We don't know. Next week for Shabbat is our Shabbat Midor Lador with the Promised Band at 7:30. Saturday on March 16th is Torah study, again led by Steve Crade. Sunday, March 17th, be sure to join us. Sisterhood is presenting Drag Queen Bingo. It was fabulous last year. You will not want to miss it. Please go to tbemadison.org for more details and registration. Now for our closing song.
And so, friends, we'll come back to that old friend that I mentioned that we were going to meet again at the beginning. If we could all turn to page 673, this message that I think connects us from the holiday that we're approaching of Purim and what is going on in the world these days. that having hope that what's broken can be fixed is an act of extreme faith. And trying to, as Michelle taught us, figure out what is next. And having the hope and faith to take that next step forward is a really powerful thing. So, Utsu Eitza Vetufar. At the bottom of the page, I believe. Utsu Eitza Vetufar.
Thanks to our choir and my Bima partner, Cantor Jacob Nami, and all of you.
And to
Shabbat
Ted as
Shalom.
well. Thank you, Ted. And we continue with Oneg out in the Weinstein Community Court.